Peter, what about that news today? It's a massive disappointment for the Rangers support, but for you, are you surprised?
Not surprised, but it's one time I don't like to be correct, because it's something you look at in football players and professional, but it's the best job in the world bar none. He's playing with a massive football club in the respect of that. He said ample opportunities. It's time and time again he's let them down on the football pitch. Now he seems to be letting them down off the pitch for not being the greatest professional. I keep telling you, every time he went away, every summer you read about him coming back, he was going to be going to Spain or whatever. I told you he wasn't that good. And I think his agents have been trying to sell him for a long, long time. But the biggest disappointment for me is he has to take responsibility. It's a nightmare for his teammates and his manager, because the manager will get criticism last week for not putting him on in a particular game. The manager's working with him every day, and we don't see that. And that's what I keep saying, and that's why I try and do it from the inside, because I've been there myself when you've had certain situations and people ask questions. You don't like coming out and criticising any player, especially your own. And I'm sure Gio's been the exact same as that. I'm sure his teammates have been the same. And it's interesting. Travani at the weekend there seemingly had him with the throat, which is unusual, but that used to be the days. And that was going a throwback, because that was our day. I can honestly say, and I hate going back all the years ago, but if somebody had been unprofessional, not trained properly, been lazy in the training, it's the players that have been having a go at him and grabbing him with the scruff of the neck and saying, do you realise what you're doing to us? You're hurting us. You're our goal scorer. We've only got one other striker. And it's so selfish, and I'm really disappointed, because probably Rangers will need him in the biggest game tomorrow night, and he's not available for them.
Stephen Craigan, he's Rangers' all-time top scorer in Europe. 27 goals, 68 in total he's scored. How do you feel about this news that Morelos has been dropped from the squad?
I just think on the eve of probably Rangers' biggest game ever financially, you're getting in without who potentially is your number one striker. I mean, I think that's the question you'd ask. Is Morelos Rangers' best striker? Yes, but only when he's fit, when he's available, when he's focused, and he's at it. And quite clearly, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst has looked from the first day of pre-season, since he has watched him training and playing, that he's not at that level. And when he's not all those things and ticking those boxes, then unfortunately he slips down the ladder. He's left himself open for criticism. He's allowed everyone to come and have a pop, get their pound of flesh off him, because by all accounts, again, reading between the lines, he's been unprofessional. He hasn't committed himself enough, and his attitude is wrong, which is so wrong for professional football. There's so many things in life that you can affect, and one thing as a professional footballer you can affect is how fit you are, how lean you are, how dedicated you are. And if you're not that, Paul, then you're open for criticism. So Rangers really could have done with him tomorrow night, but it's a huge blow, and all the build-up now is going to be about Morelos. It's not going to be about the game and what's at the end of it. And then suddenly people might criticise Giovanni Van Bronckhorst if they go out tomorrow night and he's not involved in the squad. Then it's not the manager's fault. It lays at the door of the player, and that's the player's responsibility, what Peter's saying.
We'll listen to what the manager had to say after the game, the 2-2, the draw at Easter Road, and he was asked about the Morelos red card.
Second red card, I haven't seen it back. We have to clearly see what happened there, but after the two decisions we were with 9 men, so it was for us, especially when we had the ball, very difficult to keep the ball, and we're just avoiding the goal against us.
But the fact, Peter, that he didn't come on the week before, when he was there, when he was available. Remember, we got a flash. He got a goal against Kilmarnock just the other week. Seems a long time ago. We talked on this programme. Barry Ferguson was saying he could be fit in time for PSV. He could come on at some point. Would he start the game? He's out of the picture now. And they have to now galvanise themselves for this game tomorrow night.
Reading between the lines, I think the players will probably be quite happy he's out of the picture, because he's lack of professionalism. Because I'm talking from myself point of view here. If I'm working my socks off and I'm not getting picked before him, I'd be fuming. If he's not being professional, whether it's coming in late, whether it's been overweight, people talk about it as in the football professional. You think to yourself, well, if you're not training right, you don't deserve an opportunity, no matter how good you are. And I've always said he's not that good. I don't mean that disrespectfully. He's not that good that you can do. But you think, I look at Kolak and I think he's a better team player. He scored 4 goals in whatever it was, 5 games or whatever he's played in there.
But the Rangers fans didn't like that, and they were on saying he scored 68 goals for the club.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you've got to show that. Listen, Gio is not the first one he's let down. That's the thing.
Steven Gerrard.
Absolutely. So it's been constant, in his play. So players will get fed up at times, and at the end of the day, if you're not working hard after being out this period of time, as you say, getting into such a money-spinning game and a fantastic opportunity for Rangers in the respect to that. And he's not fit enough down to, and his lack of professionalism on the pitch on Sunday or Saturday was ridiculous as well. So on and off the pitch, he's not behaving himself properly.